I'm adjusting the camera, and guess what? We're live.
Hey, it's Jess the Ska Kid. It's Thursday night. I have a Knight of the Round Table with me.
Kiff points.
Here's Kiff. Come on, man. We're at the B&B, and on the phone with us this evening, part of Epic 18. Hello, guys. Welcome to the show again.
How's it going?
So,
How's it going? Thank you.
Is this the third time we've had you on?
Second? Is it third? Second. This is the third.
No.
This is the second time I think you guys have been on, and I think the third that I have been on.
Right, because we...
There you go.
There you go.
There we go.
So, quick introductions then as to who's on the phone with us, what it is you do in the band or group, and somebody want to take the lead as to who we're missing and what they do.
So I'll start with who we're missing. We are missing Andrew Martino, who is the bassist, Eddie Hester, who is the drummer, John Morticini, who is the trombone player, Austin Chavarin, who is the guitarist, and that is it.
And Logan Alvarado.
Yeah, Logan Alvarado, who is the trumpet and backup vocalist. And then I am Adam Marquez. I play bass sax and sing most of the time.
And I am UI Marino Drew, and I am keyboard player.
Hello, I'm Thomas, and I take the pictures and set up the gigs.
Manager?
Manager's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
There you go. So, guys, since the last time that we had you on the show, you've released a new EP. And we've entered into a very curious time of our lives, right? Where we make music so that we could enjoy it at home. So tell us, you just released September 18th, Hey Girl! And I have to admit that when I got that notification, it said Epic 18's release. Hey girl, I read it really quick and was like, what do they want? I thought that you were actually messaging me, and then I had to reread it and was like, oh duh, wow. So anyways, tell us about that. Tell us about Hey Girl.
It's an EP with 3 songs on it. One of them we sat in compromise. We sat down and wrote together as a band one day, just kind of hanging out and jamming out. And then Hey Girl, I sat down and wrote because my wife kept yelling at me for being gone all the time and not hanging out with her on weekends and stuff. And I don't ever say her name in the song, so I made sure I put her name in it. And then Musician's Prayer is the other one on there. And that one is kind of like what I think when I play in a way to, I don't know, kind of what I would hope other musicians are thinking while they're getting stuff done, like, you know, recognizing that they affect people's lives while they're at shows and that people affect the music that they're playing.
So did you have Hey Girl already in the works before COVID happened? Are you continuing on a trajectory of accomplishing goals, or was this something that came out of we're at home and now we have time to do this?
No, we were already doing it. It was definitely already going. We Tom and I especially, and the band, because of it, I think, has become very goal-oriented, and we have our little short-term and long-term set up and trying to push ourselves constantly and never rest and always stress out. And so we were already doing stuff, and we already actually have a bunch of other stuff recorded that we're kind of like sitting on, and then we're already working on another album and going back and re-recording some other old stuff. And we had it planned out and we're going for it, and then because of COVID, we were able to free up some more time, and it's just been trying to work twice as hard.
So with that, how has, I guess, COVID fared you? Like, did you have a tremendous amount of shows that got canceled? Did you refocus your energy into now we're going to focus on trying just to record or sell merch? Or what's it been like for Epic 18 in the age of COVID?
Tom, you want to talk about shows we dropped?
Yeah, we ended up dropping a couple festivals that were planned out early in the year. And then on top of that, it kind of affects our Southwest tour. We were planning on getting as far as Texas and, traveling further into Arizona and then New Mexico. That just got postponed, and now we had to just readjust. Currently, the festival that we had in Tucson is being rescheduled for January, and that's still tentative. So we'll see what happens with that.
I mean, what is happening in the West and Southwest? Because, we're from Kenosha, right? In a wonderful state.
Oh, man, yeah.
The glowing red state of COVID, Wisconsin. How are things out there? Unfortunately, I don't know if it's unfortunate or not, but everything is open. School is open. Work is open. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. You might get shot if you do force somebody to wear a mask. I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
Or stabbed.
But what's happening over by you guys?
So I'll let Eli talk about California a little bit, but for me it's strange because I live in Arizona, but I work in California, and so I teach school and everything's online, nothing talking about it at all. My kids, however, could be in school if we want them to be. We don't currently have them, mostly because then it gets they're only in school 2 days, and we were already just figuring out how to make them do their iPad work. So we didn't want them to have 2 days of where we can't make them do their work, and then 2 days of where we're supposed to be on. It was just too confusing. And so we decided to keep them at home just for the sake of knowing what they're doing and not.
Mm-hmm.
And then around here in Arizona, it's been pretty wide open. Everybody's been coming over here to go out to eat and stuff from California because California's pretty locked down, and Eli's over in California, so.
Yeah, we live in a really interesting geographical location. If you think about it, the Imperial Valley and Arizona, because we live so close to the Mexican border, and so a big thing that's been kind of contributing to our numbers haven't been so great is just because there's been a lot of back and forth, and I know in California where things have been really locked down, especially in the Imperial Valley, and our numbers still keep kind of creeping up. So it's I know in California there's no schools, can't really go anywhere without a mask. But everybody seems to be pretty much on board. Not too much. It really seems to be with that, as far as that goes around here.
So, because everybody has made such a dynamic shift to doing a lot of online productions and shows and things like that, have you guys embarked upon that new medium as embracing we're just going to do shows where we're comfortable online for people to view? That's the end of the question.
So we actually, it's funny, we started kind of doing what you're doing. I was calling it more of a Tonight Show and decided it's us trying to be Wayne's World, really. And then we're gonna put our first episode out next week and start pushing that. And the idea of that was to give the band something to do, and then it turned into, Tom really started calling everybody that we ever run into and played music with, and he's done photos for, and so it was a pretty big list at that point, and so it kind of turned into a big deal, and we have a few weeks planned, and so we have that show going, and we realized that our band doesn't really need to be doing that every week. It's not as exciting for people if that's the case. So now we're going to go back and kind of re-record our entire library with the video cameras we got and try to make little music videos out of everything so we can start putting something out at least once a week or every other week, something along those lines, just to keep fans interested and give them something, keep us busy. we're not against playing shows. We actually have a place here in Yuma that might let us play. We might go over there. You know, the people who can wear masks will wear masks, like the drummer, bass guitar. But us with horns, it kind of, I don't know how you were supposed to wear masks and jump between a mic and a saxophone. So I probably just won't wear one. And the place kind of doesn't care. It's run by the sheriff, and the sheriff very clearly stated that he is not enforcing mask laws. So.
Yeah, that's kind of happening here, is no one is enforcing mask laws. And when you tell somebody, you know, just for common courtesy, perhaps while out in public you should do that, you're met with a shotgun almost. So
it's not that bad here.
I don't know. Like we're discussing tonight, things have been allowed to transpire in such a way that if we wanted to see an end of this, we would have to lock down for probably a year and a half, meaning nobody goes anywhere, no one works, no one's anything. You stay where you're at currently so that shit can die. But I don't think anybody is willing to do that, or do they think that it's a valuable sort of way of life? So
right. Well, you know, and that's I'm not one to say one way or the other. We've tried to stay inside as much as we can. And if anyone's sick, we definitely have taken practice off or whatever. We try to be respectful of everything and be very careful while still trying to have some sort of semblance of life. But you know, if everyone just hid for a year, how does the economy keep going? How do people pay for things?
But that's my thing: is why are we focusing our whole lives on something that is fake? Like humans can't be replaced. Money can be made after anyway, but if we all die, you can't make money anyway, right?
No,
I'm right there with you.
Because, like,
and that's
the almighty dollar has said that we don't get to care about each other. Now, I'm at this point of indifference, which might sound horrible. We do what we can as far as staying home. Our kids stay home from school. I work from home. You know, we go to the grocery store twice a month. Like, we do see a small group of people who are very same to us. And it's like, we try to do our part, and that's all you can do, right?
Right.
But we're 100% on the same page. Like I said, my family is pretty much locked in this house unless we need to go get something done. We have gone out to eat like once a month, maybe, since Arizona kind of opened up, just to get the kids out of the house, and we wear our masks and try to be respectful and like kind of got to scream at the 5-year-old, make sure he puts it on to go to the bathroom. And we visit my parents and then the band, and that's about, you know, we had a tight knit group of people. But we're also, like, Logan and I, the trumpet player from the band, we built him a studio desk, all out of wood, epoxy the top. We've been keeping ourselves extremely busy with the few people we had, and like I said, regrouping what we're doing as a band and just saying, you know what, playing shows isn't viable right now. Let's make sure we have a reason to stick together and not getting annoyed with each other. In my head, this made people go kind of fight their inner demons if they had them, or realize they now have free time to get those things they've been wanting to done.
Yes.
And so for us, we are all stupid busy people. We just keep ourselves constantly busy on top of whatever our day job is. And so this just made it like I'm still getting my day job done. I'm still getting paid. I'm like, you know, my students are fine. And I just have all this extra free time to not only hang out with my family, but write music, work on covers. I've been getting better at mixing and working more at that, you know, and then working on woodwork, which my grandfather taught me, and sharing that with Logan, who learned some from his grandfather, and his grandfather was a really fun thing to learn about each other as bandmates, kind of, and really get into. And it has, I hate to say it, but it kind of has been great for us just because of the free time. Other than that, there's a few family members who we've lost, and things have gotten crazy for other people, and I recognize how dark and nasty it is. But we are trying not to let it be that for us.
I was going to ask how practice is going. Have you, like, how have you changed things up? Are you still practicing all together? And if so, what does that look like? How often are you practicing?
So we make everyone come in and drink some 160 proof moonshine. before their start practice.
He's actually not joking, so.
I believe that because
Yeah.
it'll cure what ails you.
And it's Grandpa's cough medicine.
Right.
But we've been practicing again. If somebody's sick, I think Eli wasn't feeling well one day, and it might even been just a hangover, but he stayed home for it. Logan wasn't feeling well, and somebody he met. We all have taken our time where it's like, you know what? Somebody in my family was sick. I'm taking today off. It's not worth the potential of getting you guys sick. But none of us have gotten sick since this has happened. We've all been very healthy, thank God. And it's been, we just try to be cautious, like the same thing we would do normally, just conscious of other people. And if we're not feeling well, I don't want to get someone else sick.
Right. Do you have like a projected, I've asked a few of the other bands this, and as everybody knows, Supernova was supposed to happen this year, and they pushed it out to 2021. Do we think that that's really going to happen? Does 2021 like magically change things? Do you guys have a projected, we're going to start, being out and about in public more often and try to pick up some of the shows we've lost? Or what does that look like for you guys?
So, Tom and I did this conference thing, and the big one I got from it was the Grand Ole Opry, the people that kind of run that thing. They were talking about what they're doing and how they're adjusting. And it was straight up no foreseeable future. You know what I mean? Like, this is life. This is what we're doing. We tried to avoid it for a couple months, and we've all lost $1 billion because of it. And so now this is what is. And people were asking them about using their parking lots, and it was like, no, that's not real. Like, it's not worth it with all what's going on. And it sounds like some people aren't willing to lose face because the people that are going to get mad that make you wear a mask, or the people that aren't going to be a part of it because you're not wearing a mask. Like, no one wants to fight that battle. And so we as a band are super focusing on putting stuff out online, and we'll play a show as soon as the venue opens up. And I believe Tom is contacting anyone and everyone he can to find out who's willing to do what. The big thing is people that own property aren't willing to do things right now.
Oh. Well, we live in the wrong area. You guys want to come to Wisconsin? We bought a house. I mean, we've been healthy this entire time, too. I feel like we're all kind of like, well, it's not me. We're fine. But we did buy a house.
It's hard. No, and it's hard this this far into the game when the people you're around all the time are all being healthy still agreeing to staying at home and nothing working. Yeah.
Right.
But so we're trying to be responsible, make smart decisions, and still. The easiest way to say it is I hate living in fear. I don't do that,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not trying to get anyone sick. I'm not trying to get my kids sick or my parents, obviously. But we got to live, we got to do something. And so we're not against going out, and we've talked about it as a band, and everyone will put a mask on and be safe at a show. And, if the place is super crowded, we'll wait outside and pop up on stage, do what we can, and still get to do what we want.
So you had said that you're going to focus now on utilizing the time to release things online. With Hey Girl, who mixed, mastered, recorded that, and that's available. I mean, you sent it to me. I know it's on Bandcamp. It's on all these other streaming services. But who made that?
That's all Adam.
All right.
Yeah, I started recording when I was a kid, and then I got more into it when I was at school, and I've been lucky enough to kind of build a little bit of a studio. And so we record all the time now, and I realistically should pay someone to master it. I don't have the equipment to do that, nor the real ear or know-how, but I do. It's affordable, you know what I mean? And it's okay.
So then, in the works coming down the pipeline, What do you have lined up?
6 covers. Hold on, let me click some things. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, we got a bunch of covers coming up. I think we all kind of went around the room and said, "What if you could pick a song that you wanted to cover? What would it be?" And so everybody picked a song, and almost everybody. And so we ended up with 6 different covers that we're gonna be recording and releasing somewhat soon.
You guys are an 8-piece, yeah? If I
7 at the moment.
Did you say 7?
Yeah, right? Am I crazy? Can I not count?
I was trying to count.
8.
Currently we're at 7, aren't we? I think we're 7, yeah.
No one knows in this band, you guys. Anyways, if you have 6 covers, who didn't contribute the song?
I know John didn't.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I'm just gonna throw John under the bus.
So
I don't think Andrew did either.
Andrew didn't either because Logan had 2.
So you have 8 people in your band, or you don't know how to count and you only have 5 covers, or magic happened.
Well, we recently went some changes, so we were fluctuating between 8 and 7. So it just depends on the day, really.
Oh.
Yeah, that is true.
So let's talk about that then. What do you mean you're going through changes and you fluctuate between a person? That's like that 2.5 kid thing. Who has the half kid?
Well, we have my cousin shows up and sings occasionally, and it's been very inconsistent when it does not happen. And so it's, if he's here, it's 8. If he's not here, it's 7.
Okay. Understood. So, did you pick, can I ask what songs you picked as far as covers, and why did you go in a cover direction? Will you have just a full album of just covers?
So, cover direction.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I pushed this one. I don't know if I willed this one into existence, but it's because I feel like, especially if the covers we pick, I wanted to go with nostalgic songs that everybody loves ska and everybody loves those old songs that we all used to know. So I thought, why not put them 2 together? So we came up with, not all of them are, I only think one of them, I only think Banana Split is a kind of obscure one. All the other ones, some people should know about. So, can we tell them what songs we chose and why?
Yeah, it's fine. Banana Split is not that obscure. Everybody knows who Louis Prima is.
That's true. That's true.
But so we picked Arabella because we've done it. We've been playing that one a long time. Arctic Monkeys. So if you want to be real, Andrew picked that one a long time ago.
That's true.
And so we've been playing that one a long time, and we decided to finally put it down. We never recorded it. And then that's actually an ex-member of the band, Tommy Obeso. He played trombone in the beginning of the band. He arranged that one. Did a very good job. And then Banana Split is a Louis Prima song that I picked because remember my buddy Andy, who I haven't gotten to see in a very long time. Anyway, he and I drove down to DC and we listened to a Louis Prima tape the whole time. And for whatever reason, Banana Split to the Baby always stuck out in my head. And I kind of always wanted to cover it. And it's a goofy song and it's got a funny music video. And I kind of want to redo the music video one of these days. And then Eddie picked Hey Ya.
By Outcast.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just likes that song and makes him smile. That's it. Eddie's I just want to smile kind of guy. I believe it was Eli who picked, what's the actual name of the song?
Island in the Sun. The Weezer song, Island in the Sun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I thought everybody would like that one.
And I just refer to it as Hip Hip. And then Logan picked King Dice from Cuphead.
Okay.
And KK Ska from, what's the game?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, there you go.
All right. So is this going to be its own separate, like, Epic 18, covers it up? Or what? Is that going to be its own thing? You're going to release it, different, like, Easter eggs through various albums? Or what's the plan?
I think the point is just to get it online. It's kind of like a fan appreciation thing / learn more about each other deal, like Eli was talking about. People, if we remember it and we liked it, chances are somebody else remembers it and likes it. And so it's a new, fresh perspective on something that maybe you haven't heard in a while. King Dice and KK Ska are fairly recent, but it's, those are King Dice. We redid that one. That's purely for us, if you really think about it, because the band that did that is friggin' good. There's no reason to redo it again this recently. But KK Ska was MIDI, computer track, so at least it's live now. And luckily on KK Ska, my good buddy Brian Whitaker from Vienna is playing alto sax and plays a solo on it.
Oh, speaking of getting people to play things for you're neglecting to talk about Hey Girl, like some of the significant points here. Didn't you get, what's his name, David from the Slackers?
Yeah, he's on a musician's prayer. He soloed on that one.
Hold on, wait, what did you just say?
Yes, on the song Musician's Prayer on the EP, David Hilliard plays the solo and he plays through the melody with us.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that he was willing to take the time and do that, and we love what he did and everything, but because of the time, all that it was a recording that Tom, sent a few emails. He was very happy to do it for us. It was super awesome, wonderful dude, but I didn't even get to talk to him, so I know he's wonderful through his playing and through how fast everything got done, kind of a thing. And so I just got a recording and I could throw it on and be like, oh, that's nice, sweet, kind of thing. So there wasn't the wonderful studio experience of getting to go hang out with someone and do all that and get someone out of another cool band to come be part of what we're doing. Again, super thankful and very awesome just because of the situation and COVID and all that. It was very unpersonal.
So do you feel, moving forward, will you try to reach out to other bands like you did the Slackers and ask for more of that sort of thing to happen?
Yes. And it seems because everyone's kind of at home sitting in front of a microphone anyway, it seems to be kind of easy for people right now.
Right. I would say that there has been a lot of collaboration and pop-up band. They're pop-up bands, They're not a fully formed anything. They just decided to we're going to make a song. Here you go. Are you guys finding, you've got this Wayne's World thing coming out. Where will people be able to view that? And will you start doing that with other bands where you're like, hey, why don't we just work together and make a song?
So it'll be available on Buzzsprout. That's our hosting set for the podcast. And as far as working with other musicians, Adam and Eli have not mentioned, we have one tune right now Walter Beasley, the smooth jazz artist, is featured on. Okay. So we will be looking for that a little bit more. I'll be working on connecting with a couple other musicians. Adam and I just talked about another song that doesn't have a solid recording out, so we'd like to revisit with the original artist and see what we can do with that.
So you had made mention that you have a smooth jazz artist, Thomas, is that the guy that you were supposed to come out here to take pictures of?
That is correct.
Because we were supposed to meet you in July, in real life. And that didn't.
In real life, yes, that was supposed to happen, and then everything kind of crumbled from there.
And tiny backstory, just how small the world is. Walter Beasley, who is the guy he's talking about, and Tom ended up kind of being a road manager for with my teacher while I was at school over in Berkeley. But also his father was my teacher in elementary school and kicked my butt when I got in trouble.
Wow.
So,
and my mother was his sister's teacher.
So,
wow.
Kind of full circle.
That's nuts. crazy. So, while utilizing more online, mediums to get your voices heard, during this time between March and now, have you seen an uptick as far as like people paying attention to your page, listening to your music, that sort of thing? Have the numbers risen? Has it been profitable for you?
So the band doesn't really pay attention to the analytics. I just post them up for them. And I think in the last few months, 2 or 3 songs have over 1,000 hits. And we really haven't seen that too much in the past. You know, it took our first album almost a full year and a half, just to get over the 500 mark. And, you know, in this short time, the fact that we have What Comes Next and then Compromise and also Musician's Prayer just constantly being streamed, it really has paid off that, you know, we haven't been gigging. I'm able to tailor a little bit more of our presence to the streaming sites.
Have you started to generate any revenue from that? From streaming?
With Bandcamp doing their C-list Fridays at the first of the month, or every other weekend, we have definitely seen more full album sales.
Wonderful.
And
that's great. Do you guys, how about merchandise? Like, sadly, because we were on this health kick.
Yeah, I can't fit that stuff you sent.
The stuff you sent us does not fit us anymore at all. So we shrunk. Merchandise-wise, though, have you continued to make merch? Do you have merch available? And if so, where can people find that?
Currently, we do have merch available, and that is available on Bandcamp as well. We have been looking at adding a merch link to our website, but as of now, we really haven't been pushing that too much.
Do you have one site online over another that has received more traffic, or is where you want people to go? Like, if people are listening and tuning in tonight and watching this, where do you want to direct traffic to?
Currently, most of the traffic has been on Spotify. We were projecting on Pandora at the beginning of this pretty well, and just took a pretty hard decline from there. So as we saw more people focusing on Spotify, that's where we've been tailoring all of our streams to.
Okay. Can you sell merch on Spotify, or is it just music? Look at me.
You can place ads.
Okay, that's what I thought. So if anybody wants to buy anything from you, how about like physical copies of an album? Do you guys have those?
The second album we have physical copies of still, I think.
Okay.
Do we?
Yeah, there should be in the bucket.
Yeah, we have a bucket with a little bit of merch left.
I don't know, like 6, 8? We don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to go pull it out and count.
Okay.
We kind of stopped. We hit this point where we were going to get ready and amp up and get some new things when we were going to travel. I even bought a van. I got a 15-passenger van because I got 4 kids and 2 big dogs, and so to take my wife and everybody around is, you know, we need the space, and then to take the band around, we need the space. So it just kind of worked out, and we got it with the purpose of going on this tour starting February, and then everything happened, and so we decided we don't need to spend money on merch. Let's put these things out. And any extra money ended up getting spent on microphones and stuff so we can record more, and cameras and that kind of thing.
Somebody's got horrible feedback on our end. Like, it sounds like a helicopter. That's not better. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, no.
Is it
I'm
like...
trying to figure out if it's on my end right now. Is that better?
That's
okay.
better.
Oh.
Wow. Is somebody mowing their lawn? That's what we're going to go with.
I'm trying to put a headset on a bit.
Nope, I've been having some spotty connection inside and outside the house, so I'm trying to figure out where's the best place to stand. Might have to put the phone, 10 feet away from my ear.
Ah.
Got a jog. Jog.
So the picture that you utilized for, hey girl, talk
Right?
What is that?
That's like one of my best friends on the planet, Kennedy Winkler. I'm actually probably going deep sea fishing with him on Saturday.
Helicopters. Is that Thomas having the issue?
I think it's on, yeah.
I tried using my phone there, and that didn't help out much.
Wow.
But when you talk, it doesn't happen.
Okay, so I just keep talking.
Just breathe heavily into the phone. No.
That picture is a picture of one of my best friends, Kennedy Winkler, who I'm probably going deep sea fishing with on Saturday. He's a guy I go hunting with and we make moonshine and we do all kinds of fun stuff.
You make moonshine?
Say what?
You make moonshine?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, like, you say it so nonchalantly. I'm not that backwoods. Damn. I might wear flannel, but I ain't never made moonshine.
If we ever get to meet you, I promise that you will have some.
Is that ever gonna happen?
Well, my wife keeps talking about going on a big old trip. We can just visit an excuse to go that far north.
Yeah, or what could happen is if you continue to do these Wayne World shows, you could do a special guest and we'll just come to you.
Ooh, that works best.
Because
Yeah.
we've never been west, so as long as somebody picks us up from some airport and tells us where to go, I mean, we could make it a whole thing. We could go see Jerk, which means we could pull Fall Skin and see you guys.
We could definitely make that work. We've got a place for you to stay here, so.
Do you see that? Do you see what's happening? This is called working together. It'd be great.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, as far as other goals, since we're talking about making things up, moving forward, you said that you have a tentative date, right, for a show, but do you have any other concrete releases coming up or things that you can say Epic 18 is going to do this, like we're going to release X, Y, and Z on this date?
Tom has some things he's planning. He knows all the dates. I know we got the covers that we already have them mostly recorded. They just need to finish them up. And then we've got a couple songs, and we are already working on a few new songs for an album, but that's probably like 21 maybe, like beginning of 21.
How are you guys going to do another music video? Is that in the works?
We'd like to. We're doing like studio music videos, kind of what everyone's doing right now. Those kinds of people. Everyone's just kind of hopping in the studio and taking pictures of themselves while they're recording and video of themselves while they're recording. So we're planning on doing some of that kind of stuff. As far as a music video with a story, we have like 2 or 3 we'd like to do. We have a guy in town who does videos who wants to do something with our. It's a matter of sitting down and making it happen.
Mm.
I think it's really a matter of getting the guys to sit in front of a camera.
Is that the hard part? Getting you all to be in front of a camera?
For some of us.
We're not, none of us are really the rock star type. None of us are on stage because we want to be in front of people. We recognize that it is a part of music. Eddie just likes to make people dance. That's his thing. He wants to see people dance in the audience. And Logan really just enjoys playing music and challenging himself on the trumpet. I really just enjoy playing music and having a band and writing music. Andrew just enjoys hanging out and playing bass and doing it his whole life. We're not all there to be looked at necessarily, so that's kind of our biggest challenge.
Well, I mean, you know that you could just be a studio band, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what we're doing right now, but even then you get the urges to go. It's like you got to fight that, and it's the adrenaline that goes with it. And the truth is, studio bands, like, where do you find that revenue? You know what I mean? You got to get known first before you go to the studio.
All right.
Right.
So we're being overpowered by the chopper. Can you mute yourself? There you go. Hello?
Hello?
Okay. I was going to say, would that sound like you could mute yourself until you're going to talk?
Is that me then?
No, I think it's me.
Yeah. All
Is that
right.
Eli?
I've been muting myself in and out just to see if it's my end.
Is that...
Okay.
I don't know what's happening.
Spotty connection.
It's okay. They don't want us to talk about your music. Bum, bum, bum. However, though, all right, with this whole you got to fight yourself to, like, not just be a studio band, what about the Gorillas? Like, you could partner with, like, an artist and do, like, a cartoony sort of video, right?
Tom and I practiced on a PlayStation video. And try to like do and start stuff and characters and stuff about a bunch of clay. We talked to the people who do our stuff, animation stuff. I can't draw. Nobody really draws all that much, and so it's a matter of finding people to do it.
Ah, I know people.
We're very willing to do that. Yeah.
I know people who draw. I know people who make videos just out of that whole thing.
Well, if they need music, we would love to talk to them.
Yeah, Kif draws number one. That guy, the one who sits here every week, he's an artist. And then he's also in a band with somebody now who does a lot of animation video in town.
Okay.
Just so you know, if you want to expand into, I guess, a different realm, because then you're not saddled to having to be in front of a camera. You can just make the music.
Yeah, we would definitely love to do something. If we had someone just to animate us, that would be amazing. Just animate something else even. Yeah.
That'd be cool, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I know that the second half of this show, you did a live recording, correct? You pre-recorded a video of you all playing together?
Mm-hmm. This is what I was talking about when, this is what we're kind of doing right now. We have a 360 camera, and then everyone else is kind of we're trying to add more cameras as we get going, and Tom shows up with his camera, and then Tom does all the editing and throws everything together. I mix everything down, and we just do a live recording.
Cool. So,
And,
go on, sorry.
no, that's really it.
I was going to ask, what can we expect this next hour segment that you supplied from us? Favorite songs, highlights, that sort of thing.
Well, we're doing, I believe, Tom will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but because I think we did a little too much and we ended up cutting some of it down. But
So I think next part's going to be 6 tunes, and only one we haven't released yet. All the other ones have been released on the album or on the EP.
You said 2 are unreleased?
Oh. 2 what? Sorry.
You said 2 are unreleased, correct?
2, well, I know one of them has not been released.
Okay. Can you tell us what that is, or is it going to be a surprise?
It will have to be a surprise because I'd have to go look at it and I'm outside right now.
All right. I guess, what else has been going on, boys? Because between Hey Girl and doing this, just ramping up to do your own sort of podcast, hey? Are you...
yeah, we're calling it Yeah Whatever. It's I'm looking at it as my attempt at it, or our attempt at a Tonight Show. And like we said, the idea came from trying to get the band something to do, really, and just keep us recording and keeping us busy and me on the computer. And then it turned into, we know some cool people and they're willing to do work with us. And so we're getting interviews and videos from the first episode was Lars Roberge, who is the writer-director of a couple movies, 3 movies, well, 2 movies that you can watch and one that's going to come out soon. Scumbag is the one that I've watched that I really enjoyed. It's kind of a cross between Office Space and SLC Punks, but like someone took all the filters out and started yelling at each other at some point. But and he wrote, directed, did all the editing. And he's a lot of guerrilla filming. He's a very cool guy and very cool stuff. And then the new one is Mr. Sister. That one's not coming out yet. I can't remember the name of the first one. I haven't gotten to watch it yet. You remember, Tom?
No, that was the one that he released on his previous.
Right. It's a documentary about the woman who
stylist for Sex and the City and her group of drag, just drag that would hang out, I guess. And then pretty good documentary, and it kind of feeding into what Mr. Sister is as well. So,
Are you open to having people submit to you? Like, hey, we're a band and we want to do this? Or, hey, we're a public...
Yeah, for sure.
So how would people go about doing that? What do you want, and how should they contact you?
if they're interested in contacting us about being on the podcast, the email is the podcast@gmail.com, and they can just let us know that they're interested. And that's the spelled normally, and then YA whatever, WUTEVA podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, whatever.
our bassist is from New York, and that's kind of his response to everything. Even when he doesn't say it, you can tell us what he wants to say.
He just has the whatever look.
Yeah, whatever.
Speaking of New York, and this is a Thomas-directed question, have you sent music yet to Cooley Ranks so that you can be on car sessions?
I think I have. I'd have to revisit my emails. I know I've talked to him in the past about doing it already.
Yep. Yes. Make sure to stay on top of that. Because every Friday, 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central, Cooley Ranks does his show from his car. I'm in a basement. He's in a car. Where do you do music? Where did you guys record your music?
Luckily, when I moved over to Arizona, the house was large enough that I had a back room that I refer to as the studio. And my kids stay out of.
It also has wood paneling, which is very nice.
Oh yeah, it's got that like real soft wood paneling from the 70s.
Oh, nice.
It actually works really good for the sound.
I believe it. So, okay, for those who are watching and paying attention, you're online. So where online are you? Not just the streaming services, but like, your website, other social media platforms. Give the
epic18.com.
But it's epicxvii.com because it's really like that.
The Roman numerals.
Yes, epicxvii.com. Where you can get all the information on Epic 18 that you need.
And you have a Facebook and an Instagram.
Yes, indeed.
You have a YouTube.
Yes, and that should start getting more traffic on it as we start making some more videos and stuff and putting out some more older songs again, just with some footage or whatever.
Adam, did you mention that we're going to be trying to put out a video a week once we get that rolling? I don't know if I heard that.
I think I did during some of the helicopterness.
Okay.
Forgot about it. But yeah, so that's the YouTube. that's what we're talking about with we're gonna go back and re-record our entire library of rhythm music and try to start putting it out one song a week or one song every 2 weeks.
I mean, how much music do you have like backlogged that you're just waiting to kind of find time to record?
A lot.
No, we're actually like stuff that doesn't. I mean, since we're starting over, it's like 30 songs. Just we're gonna redo everything. But new stuff, we have like
6 right now?
yeah, at least 5, if not 7 things that people don't know exist.
Like 6 to 8. That's gonna.
7 or 8, you know.
You know what that has?
7 or 8.
You gotta make a song of
Well,
that
actually,
now.
yeah, it's actually 8. No, that's better.
It's
Say
not-
what?
I said that's what you have to create now, a song or something called About 6 to 8.
Okay.
But make it in like 6/8 time, so that
I
it's
was
just
just about to say that.
right. There you go.
Yeah, that's good. 6 8 time.
Indeed. So
Actually, you
go
I was
on.
gonna say the Walter Beasley tunes in 12/8.
Ah. On this next hour here, or the next segment of the show, are you going to play all of what's on Hey Girl?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. And then I know that you have new stuff, a couple covers, and then stuff from which album? A mix of both?
Yeah, I think it's a mix. And then it honestly depends on what time it ends up sticking. We haven't gotten to see the footage yet.
Oh.
So I know it's Hey Girl, Rainbow, Hit, Truth, Fight On. Ah, damn. I want to say there's one more in there that I keep missing.
So mostly psychedelic, it sounds like, in Adrian.
Rainbow was first.
So I said mostly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, with it approaching the top of the hour, we are going to let you go so that can be geared up and it can be played and we can share it. In closing, do you have any additional bits of knowledge you'd like to impart on us, maybe 6-8, before we leave?
I got a question for you. My friend used to always tell me that it was a good tip if you put socks over your shoes, you won't slip on ice. And, being from up there, is that true?
What? First off, you should never walk on ice, ever. And if you do walk on ice, you need to walk like a penguin so that you balance your weight. You'll slip on ice it doesn't matter what's on your feet.
So even if you put socks over your shoes, it wouldn't help none?
No.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up.
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Outside of that, Go ahead.
My follow-up question is, have you tried?
I've never put socks over my shoes because I don't have socks large enough, one. And number two, most people understand that you don't do that. Like...
I've walked outside with socks.
Don't knock until you try it.
I mean, I guess, but have you put socks over your shoes?
Well, have I?
Icy.
It is never icier.
Living in the desert.
I know that. However, out of the pure essence of science, you never decided to go to your local ice rink and see if your friend had any validity to his statement?
There is no local ice rink for either of us.
You guys don't have an ice rink anywhere?
No.
Don't you have hockey teams?
A few 100 miles.
Okay.
When I was a kid, there was a street hockey league.
Yeah, not the same.
It wouldn't matter then, right? Those are rollerblades.
Yeah. We were on roller skates out of the fairgrounds.
Well, when you
I
feel so
do well here.
motivated, you can't. All right, when things people again, you're not allowed to go on tour all right, in the Midwest, unless you get the full experience of it being winter. You need to experience winter. So then you can test your theory. We'll do it together. Stop by next December or January.
I'm down.
And we'll do it in the street together as part of the show.
Let's get us a show in January.
So, but besides that, you guys have any other imparting words of wisdom?
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Drink moonshine.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Hold on 1 second.
Well, Adam, Ian, and Thomas, sorry.
That guy.
It got really quiet. You're really confusing me. It's been hard to pay attention, goddammit. Thank you for staying with us and being on our show and continuing to make music and have new things released because, I mean, there's a progression. You guys have become more and more solid as a group, and you can hear that through each different release that you have, imparted upon us and that we've played. So I'm excited to see what happens next hour. Thank you for supporting us, and we hope to meet you in person sometime soon.
That's the plan, and appreciate all the love and you having us on.
Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Fix those helicopters and lawnmowers. About 6-8 of them.
Sorry about that, guys.
We'll catch you later.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
So that was Adam, Ian, and Thomas from Epic 18. Also, some helicopters and
6 or 8 of them.
lawnmowers. So what's going to happen now? Just so you're aware, if you'd like some free Jess the Ska Kid merch, because we still have some of that available, and I kind of want to get rid of it. If you've been watching the show tonight and you'd like to participate, dress up. Take a picture of yourself in costume, leave it in the comments section, and we'll announce the winners next week. And we will send you...
Post pics in the live feed comments?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I didn't know you could.
You know what you do is you wait till it's like done, and then you can share it like a regular comment.
Okay.
So anyways, feel free to post.
We dressed up.
We did. And if you can guess what we are, we're not Fargo. You might win that way too.
His face.
So, my friend, that's a good one. You did that really good.
Thank
Or
you.
like this. Ah! Anyways, that was Epic 18.
No TV, no beer, make home or something.
If you watch the event, in the second part of this,
Go to the event.
go to the event, Epic 18 returns. You will be able to see the performance. We're also going to share it all over. So thanks for tuning in. Next week, I believe it's Dead Living, if I pronounced that band correctly. And we'll be back then, okay?
Okay, thanks. Okay, well.
Bye. Ah!
Bye.